Microsoft has been messing with us for a while, but it got worse. Windows is full of ads everywhere. They force you to upgrade your PC to be able to use Windows 11. And on top of that, RAM prices have been through the roof lately.
Rest in peace, gamer.
All of this made people look for alternatives. I've seen a lot of big YouTubers making the switch to Linux in the past few months, and it got me thinking about making the same move. I always thought Linux was for the big brains and he who has no life, but the user interface changed so much throughout the years that nowadays you can easily feel just like home. The scary terminal is not so hard to use anymore now that we have AI assistants guiding us through commands. Also, gaming has come a long way because of the Steam Deck popularity. Now, the only thing that made me hesitant to go from Windows to Linux was the Adobe softwares. I've been using them for a few years and they're well integrated in my workflow. Yeah, I know there's Linux alternatives to Premiere Pro and Photoshop, but I still have a few months before my Adobe subscription ends, so this will give me the time for a smooth transition. A few weeks ago, I actually made the jump and installed Linux Mint on my main PC, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But there is one thing I still need to test. Is Blender faster on Windows or Linux? To do this, we'll start from scratch and set up a dual boot with Windows 11 and Linux so we can use both operating systems under the same conditions. Then we'll test the render time in Blender to see if there's a difference between Linux and Windows. And if you have multiple PCs like me, you can use them all to create a local render farm to render your animations. It uses an add-on made by the Blender developers called Flamenco. It even works if you use different operating systems across your PCs, and they all output the images in the same directory. I'll make a video about this in the near future, so subscribe if you're interested. You can even go the extra mile and support the channel like my main man Jacques, and join my Patreon page at patreon.com/versatile_vertices. I post updates and upload projects that I use in my videos. Alright, back to installing Windows and Linux on a dual boot setup. I already have Linux installed on my main PC and it's basically a fresh install. So I'll try to shrink my main partition to create a second one to install Windows 11 on it. If it doesn't work or something bad happens, I'll make a fresh Linux install. What I wouldn't do for the content. Okay, first thing, let's make a backup of what I have on my PC. There's not much, so it'll be fast. Like I said, AI assistants are good resources for beginner Linux users like me, so I went with the suggestion of using rsync to back up my home folder to my NAS. In the meanwhile, I created a bootable USB key of gparted, which will let me resize the partition to make the Windows installation. Once inside gparted, yeah, perfect. Let's make the autofocus go crazy. Yeah, I think my big face broke the camera. Alright, so I'll just use an image to show you how it works, I guess. So this is the part I made a backup for, resizing the partition. Let's cross our fingers that nothing goes wrong. It was my first time using gparted and it was quite easy actually. I shrunk down the bar of the partition from right to left and that was it. After 2-3 minutes of reorganizing the drive, it was done. Everything seems to have worked, so it's now time to install Windows on the new partition. I won't waste much time explaining how I installed Windows since it's obsolete and you shouldn't bother with it. My laptop still has Windows on it, unfortunately, so we'll turn this negative into a positive and use it to create a bootable USB key with the media creation tool. And it's not working, so I'll do it on Linux instead, obviously. I downloaded the ISO of Windows 11, added it to a USB that has Ventoy on it, but after starting the installation, it was asking for drivers and all that, which made it more complicated than it should. This was supposed to be a very quick part of the video and it's already taking too much time, so let's do this real quick. My USB wasn't properly set up to work with the media creation tool, so I made a clean new partition and it worked this time. I rebooted the PC with the bootable USB and followed the instructions selecting the unallocated space. I never realized how long it was to install Windows until now, not to mention how much they harass you with all their junk. The angry video game nerd inside me feels like screaming. Let me know in the comments if you plan on leaving Windows, and if you're already on Linux, write down what made you switch. Alright, so while I'm double fisting Windows with a few installations at the same time, I'll tell you about my PC specs just so you have a clear idea of how it relates to the benchmark. The PC has an AMD Ryzen 9950X CPU along with an Asus Prime 5070 Ti GPU and a whopping 128GB of RAM. Yeah, I bought this before it was worth more than a used car. Now, time for some Blender action. Installing Blender on Windows is straightforward, but with Linux, there's a few different ways to do it. If you use the package manager of your Linux distro, you might end up with an old version of Blender. For example, on Linux Mint, the package manager will install you Blender 4.0.2. while the latest version being 5.0.1. So the best way to install Blender is by downloading the .tar file and make its own Blender folder in the optional directory. You'll have to set a few things up manually to be able to open it via commands and shortcuts, but let's focus on the speed test for now. Okay, so now that we're all set up, we can start with the render on Windows to get it out of the way so we can delete the partition as fast as possible. I'm recording the screen of my PC using my laptop so it doesn't take any resources from the GPU while rendering. Alright, so setting up Blender real quick to use my GPU, change the output, and render the animation. Now I did this test right after installing the drivers and didn't even change any system settings or even reboot it. So while the classroom project was rendering, my monitors turned black, but the PC was still running. It was the power management that put everything to sleep. So I gave Windows a better chance and modified a few settings. Let's start it again. The Windows render is done, it's now time to switch to the Linux partition and see if it's going to render faster. Let's set up the Blender settings the same way we did on Windows and render the animation. Alright, let's have a look at the rendering time of the classroom benchmark. Windows took 25 minutes and 52 seconds to render the 145 frames, while Linux took 22 minutes and 10 seconds. That's almost 15% faster only by changing the operating system. Ain't that something? Before uninstalling Windows for good on this PC, I'll do the ultimate speed test and see how fast fluid simulations are on Linux compared to Windows. Now, this is not a rendering test, but a physics test, so the results might be different than the previous one. I'll grab the Blender project available on my Patreon, patreon.com/versatile_vertices. Join the free trial if you want. Simply add a domain, an inflow with a bit of velocity, raise the resolution a bit, add the materials in white water so that it looks fabulous, and bake the simulation. And I'm not on the good PC. Alright, time to load it up on the right PC and click bake. I use the command line bake features of the Flip Fluid add-on, which makes it a bit more efficient. Okay, we have a bit of an overflow, but that's what happens when you use the juiciest assets. Patreon.com/versatile_vertices. The simulations are done, so let's have a look at the numbers. Windows took 20 minutes and 43 seconds, while Linux baked the simulation in 17 minutes and 54 seconds. Linux is once again faster by almost 14%. I made this simple test to confirm I made a good move switching to Linux. There's probably a bunch of different ways to make it render faster on Windows, but out of the box, Linux is the clear winner here. If you enjoyed this video, please take the time to like, and I'll be making similar videos, so subscribe if you're interested. Thanks for watching. See ya!